landscape in terms of your work?
The Gothic paintings, they come from a completely different place altogether, probably from a little of the darker side, really different from the landscapes. Don't really come from the same place. They are sometimes based in a landscape. Wildlife and the landscapes could probably be put much closer together than the Gothic ones. I also do some seascapes as well, which are very relaxing and loose. I do have maybe 4 different types of paintings that I do, and I sort of keep them kind of separated from each other. With the seascapes, they're really to relax. I just sort of use palette knife on those and mix colours on canvas and find that very relaxing. So in a way there's a lot less pressure in trying to get details, and the landscape paintings are probably the biggest and most important part of what I do in my work. I know my dad was very good at drawing. He encouraged me, like when I was a very young child, maybe about 19 years of age, I bought myself a set of oil paint, started to paint, and then of course the exhibitions, we started to exhibit stuff and people started to buy. Studied as much as I could and travelled and talked to people, and a lot has changed, you know. You develop, you learn new things. You have to have all that experience to, I suppose, to arrive at where you are today.
Influences on your work, Sean?
When I started off, maybe I was very young, maybe 19 years old, I started to study Constable. Then I got into Turner, and I travelled to London and to look at the works firsthand, see the real paintings. Visited a lot of galleries, I suppose, throughout Europe when I was younger. I did spend some time and lived in France for a while. Worked with a lot of artists from all over Europe. I spent a year in south of France there painting sort of on plein air. Probably about 100 different artists from all over Europe and America. That was a wonderful experience and something I never forgot. 2 really good painters there. Pierre Chartrand was a very big help to me. The other guy was called Tade, a wonderful artist, impressionist painter, and I really admired his work. Mostly I worked in oils. I did get myself a set of acrylics, and I had a go, and a little different, okay, so I had to sort of learn new techniques. I'm really happy working with those now. I'd say maybe 5 or 6 years I've been painting in acrylics.
Any revelations along the way following your passion in painting?
Revelations, a connection with the landscape.
Yeah.
I think that has always been there for me growing up in the countryside. If anything, I would say it has grown much stronger.
A dialogue-like process, something more abstract?
No, I would say it's a spiritual connection.
Your methods are whereby you paint in open air, or do you record and then go back to your studio?
Well, I did paint on plein air when I was in France, and that brings its own set of problems with dirt flying and stuff like that, but I prefer now to use my camera, basically reference photographs, because I don't actually copy from the photographs. I use them as I say reference, and then I paint the landscape in my own particular style, which has developed over many years. In particular, I'd say the landscapes are way different from the photographs. I tend to add much more colour, and my technique for painting various things, trees, skies, has developed over the years. There are times when I paint without any reference whatsoever. I just have something in my head and I can complete the painting without any reference at all.
What you're putting on canvas is a reflection of the sensational experience that you've had in nature.
Yeah, I would say if you look at my work over the past 36 years, that they tend to be places of solitude and peace, and they have that sort of softness to them, I feel. And you know, it's been mentioned to me that I never paint people in my landscapes, and people ask me why, but I like to think that there is somebody in the landscape, and the person that's in that landscape is the viewer. I hope that they connect with people, witnessing the beauty and the empowerment of nature, and it's a spiritual connection.
Try to transmit that onto the canvas?
I do.
Is it a challenging process, or does it come very natural to you?
It starts with the idea of the painting. That's what it is. I would take on a painting or want to do a painting because it possesses that connection. When I'm painting, I'm actually in the painting myself.